I might get you to grab that chair. Grab that chair over there. Can you sit one over there? Oh, I need my mask on. I should have my mask on.
So I just, if it disconnects for you.
Oh, what we could do is
Can you not angle it up?
that's all right because that's probably a decent angle.
If it disconnects or anything, where will I find you?
20B.
Your version is
Yeah. Yeah, so it's basically just if anyone's really tall, voice, angle it, okay?
How do I angle it up? And that one's the sideways, then isn't it? I need to do that.
We can talk this in. Okay, cool. So it's live now.
Right, good morning people. Right, good morning once again. Those who are coming in can come and find some seats on this side here. Right, I'll quickly have, there's just a few notices for the year 10 and then the reason why we have gathered here is to listen to the year 12 speeches. I will give some time to Mrs. Payton in the end to speak and she'll make us aware, right, what is going to be happening. In some years, in few years time, you will be up on the stage as well, so what we expect is just a little bit of respect and listening to what the speaker. And then again, uniform. Finally, we will want the uniform to be intact, right? It's not that you will start wearing jewelries to school, right? Some of you are doing it, and then again, reminders are given initially in the morning, and then after some time, you put that ornament again. All right, so we have not finished, people. So let's keep doing the right thing till we finish, all right? And then you will have the whole holidays to decorate yourself. Okay, so just some general reminders, and I think Mr. Green yesterday was doing the school song practice with the year 9s, and then he has already challenged the year 9s yesterday for the haka and the haka challenge. All right, and I think they are ahead of us. They are edging us a little bit. Right? The challenge will be next week. All right? And if we are not here, then we are going to record it and make a judgment. Or if we are here, then we are going to do it face to face. All right? So are you up for the challenge? No. That's one person only. Are you up for the challenge, year 10s? No. It's a very bad start to the day. Alright, so okay. You are not up, I am up for that. And you are behind me. Alright, so we have 5 minutes. We'll do one set of haka practice, one lot, and then we are going to see whether, if you are going to do the recording, it will be just done once. Right? It will be just done once. Right? And then we are going to see how we go about judging the haka between the year 9s and the 10s. Right? So, with the mask. Huh? Let you leave it on, right? Okay. I think. Right, so definitely it's happening next week, right? But with the mask, it is a little bit like we won't hear your voice coming out. So what we will do is we'll leave it today, and I'll give this time to Mrs. Python to speak to us before the speakers get on. And next week definitely it is up. So let's get ready, right? And I'll be seeing a few of you at lunchtime today. Yeah.
Morena Year 10s. Today I'm very proud to be able to have 4 of my Year 12 students up for leadership speeches for head girl in a sense, or deputy head girl. They've got a 4-minute speech that they need to perform, and as you can imagine, they're probably as nervous as anything sitting there. And I know I'm nervous for them. I was nervous before I went to bed last night, so I know how they're feeling. So first up, I'd like to introduce Rose Mccready, and if you can give her a round of applause as each person comes up, and when they finish, that would be really nice. Thank you.
Purihia to aro ki te rā, tuku nā, te atarangi, ki ataka, ki muri, ki a koe. Turn your face to the sun, and the shadows fall behind you. This is a Māori proverb that expresses what the good, the bad, and the ugly means to me. There's no doubt about it. Life is not always sunshine and rainbows. In reality, it's a lot of frustration, confusion, and sometimes tears. The moral of the story is that life throws us curveballs all the time, which we can attempt to dodge, but in truth, there isn't really much we can do about it. The only thing we can control, however, is the way we react to these unwelcome bouts of bad news or difficult situations that come flying at our foreheads. They might knock you down, but the only choice is to get back up, no matter how painful it may be. Because in the end, life is too short to waste time dwelling on things we can't change. So smile and laugh, even if you feel like crying on the inside. These small moments of joy allow us to forget, even for a second, that any of our troubles exist. Dance in front of the mirror, sing at the top of your lungs while driving, even if you're terrible at both of these. That doesn't matter. If it makes you happy, it doesn't have to make sense to anyone else. Essentially, we live on a floating rock, which happens to be surrounded by other floating rocks, which together are only a tiny speck out of the whole infinite universe. I don't know about you, but that just literally blows my mind. Not to mention, it also really puts our lives into a much bigger perspective. Sometimes we tend to overthink the little things in life, and our brains have the marvellous ability to turn minor inconveniences into bad, then into ugly, real quick. Say, for example, you might get a bad grade on one assessment. No big deal. But suddenly, your brain is like, oh my gosh, you're not going to pass the year, you'll never get into university or get any job, you're going to be a failure. Like, whoa, where did that come from? Or perhaps, when you're trying out for a sports team, you accidentally drop the ball. And now your brain is saying, you'll never make the team, you'll never become a professional player, and you should just give up now. Again, thoughts just kept rolling straight out the park. But before our thoughts start spiraling out of control like this, we have to slow down and say to ourselves, hey, you know what? It's not the end of the world. and I'm just going to work harder on the next one. By focusing on the good, the bad begins to fade away, and soon enough, it won't seem so bad at all. Of course, sometimes the good can be hard to find. Maybe a family member gets sick, and it seems like everything you once knew is changing forever. In order to overcome this, we must be the good we wish to see in the world. Help out your family, even with the little things. Let them know that you love them because, after all, they are the only family you've got. Believe it or not, these things actually make us and those around us feel good. I know, shocking, isn't it? But overall, at the end of the day, turn your face to watch the sun as it slips below the horizon, painting the sky a colour palette of pastel hues. As the dusk arrives, silently put the bad and ugly things of the day behind you, and with this peace, you will find that the good outweighs the bad every time. Thank you.
Rose, I actually must apologise, I forgot to mention the topic is the good, the bad and the ugly. I'd like now to introduce Alicia Ann DePenny.
He manga wai koia kia, kore e whitikia. This translates to, is a river never to be crossed, and is a whakatauki or Māori proverb which I want you to think about while I continue speaking. Kia ora everyone. My name is Alicia Ann DePenny and I want to be your head girl for 2022. I was born in New Zealand but lived in Australia for the first 10 years of my life. My family and I returned in 2015 and we now live in Mangatangi on an 85-acre block. I have 3 older brothers who love to bully me any chance they get. I guess that's just brotherly love. But fortunately, 2 live in Australia, so it isn't as often as they would like it to be. On our farm, we mainly raise calves, and this has taught me a lot about life and the unstoppable deaths which come with it. In some sense, it has prepared me for larger losses in my life, particularly in the past 2 years. I believe moving back to New Zealand has changed my perspective on certain topics and has changed who I would have become if we had not moved. The good, the bad, and the ugly. This was a popular treasure hunting Western film produced in the late 1960s starring Clint Eastwood. Obviously, I will not be talking about the film today, but rather the meaning the title holds and how this can be applied to different aspects of our lives. Everything in life has an aspect of good, bad, and ugly in it, depending on your perspective, although I always prefer to look on the brighter side of things. Today, I specifically want to talk about the good, bad, and ugly aspects of choices. Our lives are made entirely of choices. They can influence our future and occur thousands of times a day. Choices do not have to be life-changing. They could simply be the decision between an apple or an orange. The process we go through to make these decisions and some of the choices we have to make can certainly become bad and ugly, but the good parts hopefully outweigh these consequences. The good thing about choices is that we have them. We live in a society where everyone is allowed freedom of choice, which is something not everyone can say. The choices we make have power and can positively impact not only our lives but others' lives too. This can lead to better opportunities and a better future. At first, the right choice may seem simple or straightforward, but in many cases, too many options can become a problem. This leads to the bad part of choices. Procrastination. Have you ever been a victim of it? I was, writing this speech. When given too many options, it can sometimes seem impossible to decide which choice you should make. Although this is not the only bad thing about choices. Some choices can lead you into an impossible cycle of wanting to change but not being able to, which can negatively affect your mental and physical health, along with the health of those closest to us. As well as this, sometimes we are forced to choose the lesser of 2 evils, which can make you feel guilty or responsible for something which was undoubtedly going to happen anyway. With the good and the bad, I spoke about how your decisions affect others and those closest to us. For me, I feel like the ugly part of having choice is when others' choices affect you negatively. Some people choose not to care how their decisions affect others, and this hurts when it happens to you, as there was nothing you could do to prevent it. In these scenarios, the only thing you can control is your reactions, even though someone else's actions can forever change your perspective on life. The good part about the ugly is that you can choose to cross the river, even when others do not. Do you remember the whakatauki from the start? He manga wai koia kia, kore e whitikia, or is the river never to be crossed? Is that opportunity offered never to be taken? Is the choice never to be made? Only you can decide what you do with your life and where you go. It is your decisions which impact your future. As Lewis Carroll said, in the end, we only regret the chances we didn't take. With risk comes reward, so I leave you with one question. When will you cross that river?
I'd like to now introduce Brooke McTaggart.
Ko Brooke tuku ingoa, ko Glasshouse tuku mama, ko Marucci tuku awa, no Australia aho. Ko Michelle tuku whaia, ko Chris tuku mātua, ko McTaggart tuku whānau. Hi, my name is Brooke, and I'd like to share some ideas with you. The good, the bad, and the ugly thing. Do you know what I believe? It's in all of us. Follows us around like a shadow, hiding, and pops up now and then. The good part is the beautiful bit. It allows ideas to be explored, makes people laugh, feel included, and belong. It gives confidence and fun. It has the ability to make us sing inside. But what about the other two bits? The ugly and the bad. What about them? We see examples of these in everyday life, on the television, sometimes on the sports field, and even in Parliament. I believe that our school, with its proud history of academic excellence, forward-looking programs for trade, industry, agriculture, and experience outside the school, has created a place where students feel included and valued. These positive things make the school day a valuable experience. I would make it my focus to listen and support all students and work hard to promote the best of the good, and by doing that, encourage the continued positive path our school follows in these difficult times. I know many students worry about their future, and they are not alone. I see my role in promoting and supporting the management team to build on what we already have. So what about the ugly thing? It's out there, but does it need to be? Not really. Debate is healthy. It allows ideas to be expressed and beliefs to be explored and talked about. That's what we do in a free country. We talk about things. But when debate becomes personal and heated, now that's ugly and not helpful. Right now there is a great deal of heated conversation about vaccination, to have it or not, and strong words which hurt on both sides of the topic. But does it need to be this way? No. Friends should not feel threatened or worried about losing friends over different viewpoints. To accept others for who they are and what they believe in is something that I value and believe is so important in having a life which is based on tolerance and acceptance. If the ugly can be removed, then the bad cannot survive. By bad, I mean that permanent damage to friendships, family relationships, employment, and social contact through sport. Such things are a great sadness, which if the good had been followed, could have been avoided. So what can I do to add to what we already have? I am a listener. I would want all students to feel that I can be approached and will listen to their concerns and do whatever I can to help. Our school has a rich blend of cultures, students from different backgrounds and experiences, all bringing their unique qualities to Hauraki Plains College and add to the mix which is full of promise. I would want all students to feel included, respected, supported, valued, and recognised for their contribution and efforts to the school in whichever area they excel. I believe that successful students thrive when the good is experienced, but struggle when the good is hard to find. It is important to see that being included in the fullness of the school program is a positive part of being a successful student. It all comes down to the individual. After all, the challenge is we are all individuals, but together we make Hauraki Plains College. Together we all need to rise to the challenge. We all need to focus on the good, and it is my goal to work towards creating open communication between students, promote the college in its best possible light, support those who reach out, listen and respond to the voices, quietly motivate and organise, encourage the student management team, and strive to build on the good for all students to make the school day a time of growth and enjoyment. HPC has been so good to me, and for me I'm hungry for the chance to give back some of what I've benefited from. So I would encourage you to support me in my desire to serve as head girl and represent you and our school. Thank you.
I'd now like to introduce Isabella Mccauley.
Imagine spending most of your school years struggling and having to put in an extreme amount of hard work to get good grades, only to one day find that your brain clicked and now understood how to do those hard maths questions. Throughout my whole life, I've had to work exceptionally hard to get to where I am now. Sleepless nights, stressing about school assessments, or hoping I did well enough in that test to get a good grade. Those 10-page essays have shown myself and my family that if you put in the hard work, you will be rewarded for it. 2021 has been a year like no other, and it has affected a lot of people's health and well-being. COVID-19 has separated my mum and I from my dad for 10 weeks so that he could continue working. We have our moments of tears and call Dad every night and often FaceTime him. This has shown me not only the power of perseverance, but how important it is to spend quality time with family. Being away from family for an exceptionally long time has been hard for many people, and it has been difficult to not be able to see my grandparents, sister and dad for such a long time. Nelson Mandela once said, "Courage is not the absence of fear. It is inspiring others to move beyond it." 2021 was my year to strive, my year to excel, and to show others what I was capable of. It hasn't been the easiest year, but I've put in a lot of hard work to make sure I got the excellence grades I wanted. Then achieving a Year 12 academic blue at prize giving was a very special and proud moment, not only for myself, but for my family too. After years of struggling at primary school and only just managing to pass some subjects, and thanks to the help from the Year 13 leadership students who tutored me in Years 9 and 10 at Hauraki Plains College, this helped me to persevere and try my best to understand the work. When times get tough and you get to the brick wall at the bottom of the learning pit, just remember that you will get there. It will just take a lot of hard work and determination. It is easy to give up, but when you get past the brick wall, you will be proud of yourself for achieving your goals. We are all different, and this is what makes us unique. I recently read a book by Jessica Quinn called Still Standing, and she has taught me that we should be proud of what we have and make the most out of life. If you are given an opportunity at school, please take it, because you won't regret it. In my time at Hauraki Plains College, I have learnt that we are given so many amazing opportunities which build friendships. Year 9 and 10 camps were just a few opportunities that I was fortunate to go on, and these were great experiences because I was able to build friendships with the people in my river and my river guide. I was even given the opportunity to travel to Wellington this year and go on a forces camp, as I was considering going into the police force when I left school. This was a great experience as it built my confidence, but was cut short due to COVID-19. I have also learned that any opportunity you are given, you should take it, because you won't regret it and it could change your life, and you can make lifelong friendships. I would like to thank all the teachers and Mrs. Harris who have all worked exceptionally hard during COVID-19 lockdowns to make sure we had schoolwork to do, and for helping me to strive to my full potential to be my best self. I believe that if you want to make a difference in your life, it is important to help others and to dream big. Don't let others let you down, and remember to take every opportunity, because before you know it, you will be in your last year of high school. Thank you.
Thank you very much for assisting with supporting the girls today. If you could give them all just one big round of applause. And I will now leave you with Mr. Chan. Thank you.
Right, thank you, people. Let's say in 2 years' time, we'll see you up here on these stages, and there are a lot of you who are capable of being at that position. So what we are doing currently is I have asked your river guides for some names of students who will be able to assist the teachers with the duties, and you will see some of your colleagues moving around with teachers wearing green vests. So that is just a start, and then you won't be here to listen